Alrighty, hello. Today I'm going to be doing my first video on Mikey Talks, and this is going to be a one-on-one series on the Jam Show, and I'm also going to be posting this video on my main, so if you're on my main and you're confused, I just started a new channel called the Jam Show, and it's going to be a commentary channel with me and my cousin Joaquin, and we're going to be talking about what's on our minds, and we're both going to have our own specific series on the show. And this one is Mikey Talks. I'm gonna have another one about politics, so if you're just interested in that, I'm gonna have a video up on that in a few days. But this is just an apolitical show, just talking about whatever like current events, video games, stuff like that. Like this one is gonna be about the MLB The Show 2021. So I'm gonna be talking. So since I think it's the appropriate time now to bring up changes I'd like to see going to the new generation of the game. Especially now that the cover athlete being Fernando Tatis Jr. and they were also the Jackie Robinson version is going to be there too. And with the release date and all of it coming out, I think it's an appropriate time to talk about changes I'd like to see in the game. The first one is, okay, the word of the day is consistency. MLB The Show 2020 is not consistent at all. They need to make this 2021 so much more consistent. Getting more specific and talking about 2020, there's stuff like perfect, the fielding animations, pitching is just so inconsistent, so wacky, the gameplay is so weird right now. Perfect is either 500 feet or a quick line out. I know every perfect's not going to be a home run or a single or a double or whatever it is, but recently I've got a bunch, not a bunch, but a decent amount of perfects that's either been foul really early or foul it really late. I don't understand why it's perfect if it's going foul. So I feel like that's something they need to dabble in. I don't think it'd be that hard to fix, and something to show you why your ball was hit where it was. The next thing about consistency is the fielding animations. Holy shit, they need to change this. Sometimes you get the a good fielding animation, like if it's a single hit and it's a short hop to the fielder, do a quick animation, or sometimes he takes his time, and sometimes they do that crappy ass like cartwheel looking thing, and it just wastes time. And if there's a guy in first and it's a quick single and he does a cartwheel, now he's at third, and now you have a runner that can score on a pop fly. Also, pitching, I feel like it needs to be a lot more consistent. I've been getting a lot of getting good timings on pure analog, and if it's off speed or a fastball, whatever the hell it is, I dot it like in a corner, I throw it, it's either super high, it punishes me a lot when it's an off speed and you want to throw it below the zone and it hangs like hell and then it's hit and then your opponent hits it, which is, it's really stupid. Or sometimes you want to dot it up like a slider in the corner and it just goes a few inches below the zone. They definitely need to change it. I don't know why I'm getting good. Something I think it was Fuzzy that said it. A perfect thing for pure analog. I think that helped a ton. This pitching. All this is so inconsistent. And MLB The Show 2021, San Diego Studios. It's well in their capability to fix it. So I think that's the most important thing. That's why I brought it up first. Next things, this isn't really like a game breaker and making it super inconsistent and sometimes unfun to play, but I feel like the worst diamond cards need to be released a bit earlier, such as Shohei Ohtani card that was released a few days ago. Yeah, there was a face of the franchise one, but to be honest, it wasn't that good. The 96 or 94, whatever it was, Shohei Ohtani that was released a few days ago would have been super good at the beginning when everybody had like Ryan Sandberg, everybody had Reggie Jackson on their team. Shohei Ohtani would have been super good. A pitcher that can hit in the early games, that's good, but since it was released right now, and when everybody has pitchers like Arrieta, Verlander, DeGrom, Bauer on their squad, there's no place for him. So, and also like run it back program, a lot of the players there, they're 99s or sometimes lower than that, and they're just unusable because there's better cards. If those cards are released earlier in the game, they could have been a lot more fun. Sometimes they have glitchy swings, sometimes they're hella good at pitching, but there's just better options. And to fix that, I feel like a lot of them need to be released earlier. Cards like Bregman knows this released today. It's super good to see him this late in the game, because if he was as good as he was last year, he's gonna definitely be in a lot of God squads. Same as Bellinger, and same as the finest cards ever just released, like Machado, Soto, all those cards. I feel like those were released at appropriate times. But when you have cards that good being released, and then during the same time you're having cards like Shohei Ohtani being added in, it's just not fair. And sometimes I feel like how do I say this? Like, I'm not getting the full experience. I want to use those cards, but if I want to do good in ranked seasons, I'm not going to use those cards because there's better cards. I'm going to get hit. Give up hits, and not be able to get as many hits. So yeah, I think I just oversimplified that. Basically, what I'm saying, the worst diamond cards, they're even 99s that have been released that need to be released earlier. There's the cards that aren't as good that could definitely be fun to use. They just need to be released earlier. I hope that's something we see in 2021. Also, I think a casual game mode needs to be there is a casual game mode, I know, in Diamond Dynasty, but I think it needs to be more popular and more like out there in your face. Hey, this is a casual game mode, because sometimes you don't want to play ranked seasons and go against a God Squad with Mantle, Juan Soto, Tatis, Seager, all those amazing cards. Sometimes you just want to chill, relax. There is a casual game mode, but anytime if you ever try to play it, it's dead. Nobody's ever on. So I feel like it needs to be more in your face, pushed in your face to show. Here's a fun game if you just want to chill. The last thing in Diamond Dynasty is create a stadium. This is definitely hard, and honestly, I'm gonna be that pissed off if they don't release it, because it's not really a big deal, but we've had the same minor league stadiums so many years in a row, and I think it'd definitely be cooler and more unique, and players showing off themselves if it was create a stadium was a thing. There's definitely problems, and there needs to be limits, like such as the altitudes. You're not if you're like in a high altitude, like in Coors Field, there needs to be a like say like a 345, 350 limit to the corners, a 420 limit to center. But if you're in lower altitudes, like Ship It and stuff like that, you could have definitely smaller fields, like 350. We see stuff like Yankee Stadium, like 315, 320, stuff like that. Also, there's gonna be like but if it a creative stadium is released, there's gonna be that but side of the community that wants to make a Polo Grounds and makes it to like 450 or whatever the hell it is in Polo Grounds to Dead Center. There's gonna be that, but I think the big majority of the community will be happy with Creative Stadium. I think it was in that EA MLB game, I forgot what it's called. They had Creative Stadium, and if they can do it, I'm sure in 2021 San Diego Studios can do it. So that's something I'm really hoping for. Next thing I'm getting into is franchise. Franchise has been super dead a few years. I kind of played it at the beginning of the game, but I really haven't dabbled with it in a few months. So I think they need to do something, either like more prizes, more rewards being put. If you win the World Series, you make the playoffs, if you have a positive winning percentage in a season, maybe even a shorter season, like a 60 game season. Maybe more stuff like getting colleges involved and having like Vanderbilt, teams like that inside franchise. I feel like that'd be super cool, and just get the community more involved with a game mode that I really haven't seen anybody play in a while. And another thing I really want to see is your own custom Diamond Dynasty team, like your God Squad you create in Diamond Dynasty, have a franchise mode. If it's already in the game, I'm gonna be super embarrassed, but I haven't seen it and my computer just blacked out. But I think that'd be super cool to see your team in a franchise mode against other MLB The Show teams. Other teams in the MLB. So I feel like that's something that'd bring light and attention to franchise. And the last thing I want to bring up is Road to the Show. It's been super dead. Like I said, franchise and Road to the Show has been the same thing over and over and over again. and it's just boring at this point. So I feel like they need to do like Diamond Dynasty more rewards. They released that thing where it's like the challenge, where if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll get the challenge reward pack. But it's just the equipment or whatever it is. And I feel like to get Road to the Show more popular, they need to be cards you can win. Diamond cards, maybe just standard MLB The Show cards. Stuff like that I feel like would bring at least a little more attention to Road to the Show, even though it's still the most popular game. I just hadn't played it in a while. I don't see any differences in Road to the Show, and it's just been unfun, to be honest. The next thing, this is with everything, not just Road to the Show. More animations and more commentary. We've had the same animations. If you're like a pitcher, if you have your own Road to the Show pitcher, it's the same walk-up animation, same commentary, and we've had it for years. Definitely more. They need to put more. Either keep the same ones in, remove them entirely. But what they need to do is add more animations. I'm not talking about like the fielding animations, like the animations when you're walking up to go bat, when you're walking up to get on the mound. Definitely more uniqueness to the game rather than the same thing we've been seeing a while. And the different commentary, we've had the same commentary for a lot of games in a row, and I think it's time it gets a bit changed up and more new. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, word of the day is consistency. Of MLB The Show 2021. It's just consistent. It'd be so much better, a lot more fun, and more enjoyable. But yeah, that's all for me. So if you're on my main, make sure you go in the link in the description and sub to the Jam Show. And if you're coming from the Jam Show, go sub to my main. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you stayed through this all the way, and have a good day.